that choice is power, because in that moment we choose how we want to use our intent to manifest or not,
And we
to
take
become
full,
aware.
exactly.
And the root of that unconditional love is saying, I love myself so much that I take full responsibility for my actions. And this particular the four agreements come alive in that moment because they're not something theoretical, but it becomes something practical in that moment of choice. And that's how the four agreements comes in. Not just the four agreements, but the work of Deepak Chopra, the Bible, the Quran, Krishna, Buddha. It's in that moment of choice. We have this plethora of information that we can use as instruments. And the reason why that is important is because we take action based on what we perceive. And if we're attuned with the reality we're in at this very moment, like, for example, you're saying about this one person who you take things personal, and you sit next to her, and you have that moment of choice. You can choose to let her intent affect you, or you can choose to control your own intent. You can either A, take it personal and make this, or you understand, all right, that's how she works. I'm not going to let that energy affect me. And that's staying in my center. That's staying in that center. And so going back to your first question about how to address that with someone who doesn't love themselves, well, ask yourself this question: do you not love yourself because all the beliefs that people around you control your actions, or do you not love yourself because you're not enjoying being who you are? And who are we? We are life. We are the manifestation of life. From the moment we are born to the moment we die, the whole trajectory, we are with ourselves. My life, your life is worth something. It's worth more than a belief. It's worth than anything. Because this life that we have, it's a wonderful opportunity to enjoy not only the manifestation all around us, but get to enjoy the time with people we love. Especially the constant, which is me, which is you.
I often tell the people that, in the matter of loving oneself, because I find in my line of work, I meet a lot of people where I see the root of the issue is a lack of self-esteem, where they find that they lack that love. And in the everyday actions, just like you said, from the beginning of the day, when they look at themselves in the mirror, they're not even acknowledging their own presence as they would do for a friend on the street, where they would say hi, or they would give a nice compliment, or they would a nice gesture, a nice anything. And when I teach people, I say, at least in your even if you're not able to change the belief at first, do in your action as you would do for your best friend to start with. You won't criticize. Say, if you criticize your friend every time you see you're fat, you don't look nice, you're this, you're that, look, you're stupid, won't be your friend for very, very long.
Mm.
And as you say, we are with us, with that being, that the life that's running through this body until I am here in this body, that is who we are with the most amount of time. So at least to enjoy that time. So I agree with you in that importance of giving attention to and acceptance to that living, that being that is within us. There's a lot of people that maybe ache, and one of the achings I find is that they do not know what their purpose in this life is. They find themselves lost in this life, kind of being in a body that moves around, the earth, but without having a passion that drives them, or purpose, or knowing what they really want. And what advice would you give these people?
Well, it depends on how we see the world. That's going to be how our passions thrive. Passion is enjoying something we love to do, doing something we love to do, be it with dance, with work, with anything. Finding the passion in life starts, one, of accepting who we are, that we're alive, that just as much I'm able to move this body, I can use this energy to manifest something. And I can choose whatever it is. There are 7 billion people living in this planet today. Each one is unique as they are, which means there are 7 billion ways minimum of living life. Each one of us has the opportunity, one, to create the life we want because we're alive. And while we're alive, anything is possible. All that matters is to take a step. You can say that having faith in oneself is being able to have that faith, to be able to take that single step, that action, that initial action, to take a step towards a dream, towards something, and then the intent to continue to take steps in that direction. So the question is, sometimes we don't have that passion because we're so stuck in what others want us to do. Sometimes we're stuck with our domestication, our conditional love telling us, well, the only way we can accept ourselves if we make this, if we make this much money, if we make this concept, if we are able to do whatever it is that our imagination is supposed to do. Be a lawyer, be a doctor, be a rich man, be a rich woman, be this. If we think about it that way, then we've limited this great potential to this little one. And the worst thing about it is that we limit ourselves not because of our own agreement, but because someone else's point of view, someone else's agreement. So the very first thing then is to regain the faith in ourselves to take that step. That because we're taking a step, because we're able to move, because we're able to make a choice, it comes from that. I'm able to respect my own choice, that my word matters, to me at least. Because it doesn't matter if anyone else values my word or not. It only matters to me because it's important to me. When I have that reconnection, once again, to have faith in my own choices, in my own word, in my own intent, to trust my own intent, to not be afraid of failure, to not be afraid of mistakes. Why are we afraid of mistakes? Because in our domestication, it was taught that if we make them, then we're not worthy, we're not good enough. Well, millionaires make money because from their mistakes. They learn what not to do, not because of some belief, but because life said, okay, this doesn't work. All right, life, show me another way. Another. The path of least resistance is the path that always say yes. The dream of the planet is constructed of yes and no. Like in The Matrix. When the movie The Matrix came out, they came to my dad, Don Miguel, I understand what the dream of the planet is. It's this Matrix. Yes, it is similar to that. But here's the thing. The Matrix is a binary code of ones and zeros. Well, the dream planet is also a binary code. Yes and no.